What's going on, guys? This is your boy Rain here, and today I'm here with a brand new video, and I'm going to be giving you guys my picks for the current NBA trade deadline. And this is the people that I would personally say that are most likely going to get moved in the deadline. It's not necessarily the people that are um, heavily rumored. So I'm not really going to put people like Giannis or John Morant in this conversation or Zion Williamson in this conversation because it's a circumstance that you have to understand that like these are going to be people that just make the most sense for the value and based on the team that they're on. So the first person I'm going to bring up is Michael Porter Jr. Considering the footage that we have here, this man literally had an all-star performance this season with the Brooklyn Nets. Obviously, the Brooklyn Nets are fucking terrible, so he's on the trajectory to be most improved player of the year as well. Like he's on a really good trajectory to be incredible statistically, to up his value and up his contract. But for right now, this is a really good pick grab for the Nets if they want to trade him. Um, I don't like, and also I will mention, I'm not really going to put out any teams out there that I'm going to pick for who they're going to try and grab. I'm only putting out the players that I think will be moved at the deadline specifically. And I think Porter is 100% going to go from the Nets so they can get a first round pick for this year's draft, most likely. So we can see probably Porter getting traded potentially to another prospect team as well, or it could be a contender, but I doubt the contenders will go for Michael Porter Jr. The next person that I have here is Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga is obviously he's been rumored to be traded from the Golden State Warriors for a few years now, but I think it's pretty evident that the Warriors are going to be heading down the direction of everything after this being more garnered towards Steph Curry's play style until he retires. So Kuminga doesn't fit in that play style, even though he's a very good player. Kuminga is going to go to a really young team, I think. Golden State is probably looking for an asset that can win now with the current team that they're in. So I can see Kuminga actually going to a pretty like promising good team. Um, the next player I have on my consideration for the trade deadline is potentially Kristaps Porzingis. I would say that it's a stretch because of injuries, but I would also say it makes sense in a lot of ways because Atlanta does not need him at all. Like it's really has not worked out substantially well for Atlanta to even keep Kristaps. I see Kristaps getting moved in general just for small assets. He's lost a lot of player value along the way here. The next player that I have who's also on the court here is Kobe White. I think Kobe has been rumored for the last 2 seasons to be moved from the Chicago Bulls, but it really, really depends on what the Bulls' future looks like. If they really want to fully go in on trying to draft well this season, and build around Josh Giddey. Another player that they're probably going to move on is Vucevic as well. Very possible that those two guys could be comboed in the deal, depending on whatever the hell that they're trying to go for. If they're trying to go for a big name, they can combo them. If they're just trying to cap dump and get draft picks, they can do them separately. Regardless, I think Chicago is probably going to make some moves finally and just build around Bazilis and Josh Giddey. Now, when it comes down to other teams that I think that are in that conversation, I think Benedict Mathurin is in a massive way got boosted heavily from being on a team that does not have a fully healthy roster. So he's been able to kind of get boosted in his own way. He's not a bad player whatsoever. He's actually quite good. He's quite good defensively as well. He's a good wing. And I could see a contender trying to go for him because he's got a reasonable contract. I think that that's a pretty high value asset right there that a lot of people could be looking at. I also think that the Sacramento Kings are very likely going to trade pretty much everything off their roster in this deadline. So I'm not really going to pick one player in particular. I'm just going to say straight up Sabonis is going to go. Zach LaVine's probably going to go or get bought out from his contract. And DeMar DeRozan is likely going to go as well. I think Sacramento is going to completely sell their team in this deadline if they were smart and try and go for picks and draft well this year and go for a full rebuild. It would be the smartest decision that they could ever make because, respectfully, there's no way they could do anything with what this is like the former Chicago Bulls team. The only difference is that they have Sabonis instead of Vooch. That's it. It's the only difference they have. Now, considering those are probably my biggest names that I personally think will get moved this year, I might as well talk about the rumors of Giannis getting moved. I like genuinely speaking, my biggest thing about Giannis and why I don't think he'll be moved whatsoever comes down to the main issue with all the other teams in the league. They have to do so much to convince Giannis to come there, and they have to give up so much for Giannis to come there that it's in a dilemma where it's like, okay, well, it's only going to benefit the Milwaukee Bucks if they get rid of Giannis. Straight up, it's a fact. If they get rid of Giannis, they're going to be the only team benefiting because Giannis will go to that team with like absolutely nobody there. On to Ja Morant, I think Ja Morant is more likely to move on, but it's more likely to happen in the offseason than during the deadline. Just because like his asset is like the asset of Ja Morant is not great during the regular season. It's more it's better in the offseason because at the very least you have a fresh jaw that you could work with training camp. And I think people would much rather wait and see if he gets a career-ending injury and not have to risk it for themselves. Now, I was talking about in my previous video about LeBron James being in this conversation, but I think LeBron is in no way going to give up his no trade clause at this time because of how much of a disaster the Lakers organization is. I don't even think he's going to give them the benefit of trying to get any assets back for him. I think he's completely done with the organization straight up. So that being said, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a huge thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys check out the Rain Makes Music channel, which is my other channel that has more subscribers than this, and I specifically talk about music topics instead of basketball. Anyways, have a good old jolly day, everyone.